And it's Monday, y'all, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. That is everyone except Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears. But I got my main man, Freddie Ferdinando Bruno. What is popping, my brother?
Chilling, man. Big weekend, man. It was a crazy week. It was a crazy week, man. A lot of things going down this week. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's
Fred's brought to us by Comfort Plus Heating and Cooling for all your HVAC needs. Located here in Troy, Michigan, on the corner of Rochester Road and 15 Mile Road. So if you guys need anything HVAC related, reach out to me. I'm going to hook you up with my boy Chris Trainoff, owner of Comfort Plus. But Fred, the Lions put a beat down on the Bears, my friend.
Dude, like a 50 spot. Like, I mean,
crazy.
Wow.
It was hilarious because I'm listening after the game, and did you hear Ben Johnson's press conference when they said, was Dan Campbell trying to run the score up you when he went for it on fourth down? And Ben, like, irritatedly said, well, that's what they do in Detroit. They go for it on fourth down. Like, he was so mad that they asked him that question. But you know damn well we're going to run the score up on him. Like, why would we not?
Well, also, you're not going to get away from your game,
and that's kind of what he was saying too, right?
Yeah. I mean, that game got ugly really quick. Like I was watching the Steeler game, obviously, but the score was changing every fucking 2 minutes.
It was awesome, man. It was awesome. 23 for 28, 334 yards with 5 touchdowns. That was Jared Goff's stat line yesterday. And I said it last Monday, and I said it while I'm yelling at the Packers game last weekend. Open up the field. And we sure did this week. Like, I don't know what the difference was. Like, did he have more time? Yes, he did. That defense in Green Bay, and we'll talk about Thursday's game in a little bit, but he was spreading the ball around. J-Mo got the ball. I said, the only thing I can say to you, Fred, a couple of criticisms, because, and I'm probably the only one in Detroit right now that's going to criticize the game, is we turned the ball over. They turned the ball over in the first half on an interception. We stopped them on fourth down twice. But we didn't convert. We didn't score on those. And that really bothered me in the first half. And my biggest thing is, like, dude, Chicago's trash. I think after 2 weeks, we know that what Chicago is. Chicago is what Chicago is. I'll tell you what, next Monday when we play in Baltimore, if we get a turnover and we don't convert, and I say convert as far as a touchdown, because field goals aren't going to work in Baltimore, that's going to hurt us next week. We have to convert when they turn the ball over.
Yeah, you got to come away with some points on turnovers. As for Chicago, I mean, they had an amazing first half last week, and everybody thought, like, wow. Or there were people who thought that JJ was trash, and then they lose. The wheels fell off. And then after today's game, it'll be interesting. I mean, listen, I would like to see them at least give Ben Johnson like a couple months to like figure things out, before they just nail it in.
Well, and here's the thing too, Fred, and we've talked about this numerous times, and I actually looked this up. Okay. Ben Johnson was making $4 million a year in here in Detroit. He's now making $13 million. So it's a drastic jump as far as pay. But if he stayed here and he won a Super Bowl, he would have the keys to the city as an offensive coordinator, not even a head coach. I just don't think, and people have been saying this for a while, that he is a head coach material. They're saying that he's a brilliant mind. He's a great offensive coordinator. I think he just he took on a little too much as of right now. I mean, it's just, and he has all the players on offense, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they looked okay. I mean, and he's an offensive guy, so like that's why I feel like last week after the first half, first of all, the Vikings looked fucking terrible. like until the fourth quarter. So,
Right.
It'll be interesting tonight or against the Falcons. But like, I do think, like, I understand what you're saying where, like, you can't just, there are some guys that are not built for certain coaching positions.
Right.
And I just hope that they give the guy because at the end of the day, it is Chicago. So it's not like
I was going to say that. I was going to say that.
He's taken over the Eagles and they're 0-2. But yeah, they got fucking whooped. So moving forward, it'll be interesting to see when they win, if they do.
Right. I think that right now, obviously, the Packers, again, we'll talk about Thursday in a minute. We want to get to the Steelers, then I want to get to Thursday's game. But the Packers defense looked good. Okay. Now we're going in Baltimore on Monday night. That's going to be a tough game, man. That's going to be a true test of this team. Now they looked great against Chicago, but am I super stoked? Am I overly confident in how we're going to do in Baltimore? No, there's still some issues, I think.
Well, you have to handle the games you need to handle. Like the Chicago game. Listen, if you're it's not going to happen in Baltimore, but
just not at all. You're not even giving us a chance.
Not 50 points. You're not beating them.
Yeah. You're right.
You're not doing that. If they squeaked by Chicago, I would have been nervous for you.
Right.
But the fact that what they did to Chicago, those games you have to do that. You have to, blow teams out that you should blow out. And now it'll be very interesting to see that Baltimore game. I'm not counting them out against Baltimore. And the only reason I will say this is, I think that Detroit can score a lot of points. And I think that's the only way you beat Baltimore. Obviously.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're not beating Baltimore 14-8.
Right. For sure. And
I don't think so.
The defense has to really, they're going to get tested this week. That next week. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, you can't give up points every drive.
True.
Baltimore looks fucking solid.
They look so good, man. So good. But the only thing is, defensively, they don't look that well. They don't. I forget who they played the Browns this week, so that's hard to give a judge. But you saw what the Bills did to that defense. They ripped them apart.
Well, but the Bills are the Bills.
Right.
I'm
saying defensively.
Yeah.
I'm saying defensively.
Yeah, and the Bills are going to put up a ton of points. That was just crazy.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick, and then we'll kind of move on from Detroit or the Detroit game. I'll say there was a lot of throws that Caleb missed. And particular, the one I think he was trying to throw the ball away, and I don't think he saw Kirby Joseph at all, and he just threw it, and that was embarrassing. Do you think what's your take on Caleb Williams? I know Bills fans are in awe right now. They don't know what's going on. Do you think he still needs more time? He's had a year and a half. Look at Bo Nix. Look at Danny Dimes. Look at some of these young guys that are really starting to make a path in their second year. Dimes is third year, right? Fourth year?
Well, Dimes is fifth, 4 or 5. 4
or 5. But he's in that younger class, right?
Yeah. I think Caleb is good. I think he's good enough. I think that, again, you're talking about a guy running Chicago. It's a tough call, man. Some kids come out and go to teams that aren't good, and just you never hear about them again.
Sure.
I really thought that might have happened with Bo Nix. I didn't know that Denver was going to be good. Right. I thought that man, this kid is just going to we're never going to hear Bo Nix again. Now all you hear about is Bo Nix. So yeah, I don't think that there's a problem yet. I don't know if there's, listen, they're Chicago right now. They're not back as a whole. And I'm not sure, I'm not sure he is the root of the cause, but yeah, I think he's good. I mean, I know you probably don't like him from college and stuff like that, but like, I mean, I thought he's a really good quarterback, but transitioning into pro is a little different. So I mean, year 2, I'm okay.
If you were a Chicago fan and you then had the option of going back in time, would you take Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams?
Possibly. I don't know.
I'm surprised more Chicago people don't talk about that, but
yeah, I'm not sure. Washington looked really bad last week against the Giants.
No, Green Bay.
Game 1.
Oh, game 1. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like, they didn't look impressive at all. Like, I thought they were going to destroy them. Right. So, like, I mean, yeah, he had an amazing year last year. But like, yeah, we'll see. I mean, not that Caleb's going to start going into the playoffs more often than the Redskins or the Commanders or whatever. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think Jaden's a stud as well, though.
Yeah, no,
I do.
And before we get into the Steelers game, we'll talk about Thursday. The Packers played against Washington at home. Packers were home. Now, again, I know it's early, but the Packers held, well, let's say Washington and Detroit are two top offenses in the NFC last year, and they held them to 18 points between the two of them. Like, is Green Bay that good? And are we ever going to get a break from Green Bay?
I don't think so. Green Bay
is going to get a break.
No. I think Green Bay is always going to be, a top tier team. They did have a fall off though for, a couple years ago, right? The beginning of the Love era. But that game on Thursday, 27-18, I think it was, it wasn't even that close. Like,
no.
It looked close on the scoreboard maybe, but like, it wasn't that close. Like, they
similar
scored
to the Detroit game. Similar to the Detroit game. Looked a little close on the scoreboard, but we got manhandled the whole game.
Yeah, and I think that the Pack, they beat them up like on Thursday night. I watched, I watched that Thursday night game because the Yanks were playing Detroit at the time, and we'll talk about that. But I watched it after the Yankee game without going on ESPN and watch the Packer game because on Prime you could watch it from the beginning. Right. So I watched it at like midnight. It was good. I thought it was a good game. I just think that I think Green Bay's pretty legit. Like, I don't know what to make about the Vikings in that division, but like, I definitely think, Green Bay is a big challenge.
Yeah.
For the Lions.
Thanksgiving is going to be a huge game. Thanksgiving is going to be a huge game. That is normally the game you go to. Do you have plans of going again this year?
I do. I have plans to go to that game and the Steeler game. I mean, the Steeler game may be useless to go to by that time. I don't know.
Late this season?
It's the week before Christmas. It's that Sunday. Okay. So, I mean, who knows what the state of the Steelers will look like by then?
And let's kind of go into that. I mean, I didn't watch the game. Obviously, when the Lions are on, I don't watch any other game. I'll flick back and forth. I'll check my bets, stuff like that, just score wise. But I'm strictly honed in the Lions. Rodgers had 2 interceptions. I think it was is Seattle that good? What was your take watching that game? I'm unsure of Seattle right now. And Donald.
I'm not crazy. Like, I didn't think that. And here's another thing too. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Steeler fan. But when you look at the final number, it wasn't that bad of a defeat. Like there was a snowball effect of bad shit that went down. Like,
Okay.
and like we're going in, we're first and goal at the 8, let's say, or some sort like that. And I think it's either tied or we're down 3, like something like that.
Right.
We're going in. He throws a pick in the end zone. And it was a weird kind of, like, on one hand, I don't know if it was totally his fault, just because it hit receivers' hands. So, like,
Right.
I'm a big, like, dude, if the ball hits your hands, you got to catch it kind of guy. So,
Just
but that happens.
tonight.
That happens, and they drive all the way down, get points, kick off. Our rookie, Iowa, Caleb,
Right.
Muffs the kick. It rolls into the end zone, and they recover it. So right there, it was so crazy that and it was in Pittsburgh. It was just silent, and then, like,
So you went basically two bad breaks back to back that opened the game up.
Yeah. And then by then it was like, desperation mode kind of, and, like,
Right.
so like that totally just, and they kept like, ISOing like the rookie, like on the sideline and stuff. And I mean, I know he knows what happened, but like, I'm not sure it's his fault. I think that there's a lot of problems in Pittsburgh. It's like the defense, we had like 4 starters out, stuff like that. And it was similar to the Jet game too. Like, they were like running all over us. It's just weird to watch that as a Steeler fan.
Right, because primarily you're never worried about your defense. Never.
No, I'm worried about scraping points together.
Right.
Like I'm like, so like for them to like just roll, like Brees Hall was rolling all over us today. K9 was like running through us like no one was around. It was at the end of the game. We were trying to hold them to a field goal. It was 3rd and like 19 after like a sack. They were in field goal range. It was like 3rd and 19 from like the 30, something like that.
Right.
They pitched the ball to him as a go ahead, run the ball, and we're going to kick a field goal. He ran it in. Like, it was so crazy. Like, that's what I mean. Like, things like that. So that would have been a field goal, which would have made it like a 10-point game. But instead, it's a 14-point game now. Right. Like, just like that. It went totally, I think they scored 20 something they scored like 20 something points in the second half.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So who do you guys have next week?
We have New England, which would be interesting now because, New England looks pretty good. Drake May seems like he is the man.
They got their first win this week.
Yeah, Dolphin game.
Right. Ugh.
Dude, the Dolphins are just like, I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. I do have a buddy who's a Dolphin fan. He's just he's like, they have to, he's like, Tua has to retire and stuff like that. But, I mean, who the backup is there?
No, who?
Throwing bombs and banging moms.
Is that
Zach Wilson?
Throwing bombs and banging moms.
Yeah, so he's the backup there. So I think just let him go. Like, come on.
That's hilarious.
I'm assuming that he's not going to get time. Like, he didn't get time because it was a close game. There was a couple close games in the NFL, and like Burrow's getting hurt. I mean, was crazy. They're saying it's a lower leg injury. We'll see. I mean, I don't want to wish anything on anybody, but you're going to hope that it's not like an Achilles thing.
Oh my God, that would be terrible.
It's over. Like, yeah,
That would be terrible. That
like
would be terrible.
a year recovery. Like,
Right.
you know. But yeah, there was a lot of good games going on. I mean, Philly KC,
Well,
but
yeah, that's we're gonna talk about that. Chiefs are 0-2. And if those of you guys haven't caught that yet, we're actually recording this on Sunday night because our schedules are a little crazy tomorrow. So we decided to come in late Sunday night to go over. So we're not going to talk about the Minnesota Atlanta game.
Yeah.
And then also obviously the Yankees play the Red Sox tonight too. So
they're getting beat up already.
Already?
Yeah. There's 6 runs, 6 in the first inning he let up.
6-0 Red Sox?
Yeah, but we won the first 2. So
I was just going to say that. So the Chiefs are 0-2.
I don't think that there's worry in Kansas City.
Okay, took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was going to
ask. Like I mean, losing by a field goal to Philly, it's really not a big deal.
And Fred, Kansas City was getting ready to score. Same situation in the Pittsburgh game. Mahomes throws a great ball. Taylor's boyfriend off his hands, and we're going the other way.
Fiance.
Sorry, I apologize, Fred.
Fiance.
He's pissed, right? Rightfully so. So 0-2. But who would have thought that the Denver Indy game would have been more exciting than the Philly Kansas City game? I'm in shock right now. Indy is 2-0 for the first time since 2009. Fred, your boy Danny Dimes looks really good.
Dude, Danny Dimes, I've been telling you that for a long time. He was in a terrible system. Just a terrible system in New York. Just not a Danny Dimes kind of situation. Now he's cut loose. And I mean, I think he only had one. He had one passing touchdown. But I mean, I think he had 300.
Yeah, he had over 300 passing yards, and he has a running back.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough call because Barkley was over there with Danny Dimes, but it was.
He wasn't what he is now in Philly.
No, but it was a different. It's a different system in New York. It's terrible at times. When it works, it works. But when it doesn't, when pieces don't work in that system, it looks really bad. It's very, very similar to the Steelers system. I mean, they're related. The one daughter of the Maras is married to the Rooney. So the families are very similar. And it's weird that something like that happens where I feel like me and my Giant friends always used to talk about how similar the organizations are. The Steelers just don't go out and spend money. And the Giants, I feel like, are the same type of, they would spend money on a offensive lineman. They're not going to go out and get you a hot free agent. They did get DK in a trade, but they're just not going to do any, you go and get DK in a trade and Rodgers, but we have no number 2. So we have no number 2 and 3. So, and last year, the whole I would tell you all the time about I can't even listen to all the garbage because every week it was somebody else. It's they're getting Cooper Kupp, they're getting Devontae Adams. It was dude, no, they're not. It's just, it is what it is. And if they don't get somebody else on the other side of DK, then it's the offensive line is bad. It's very similar situation to New York right now. I mean, Russ had a great game, but the thing with Russ is it's the 2 big throws he made were moon balls, and that's his thing. So
100%.
It's not like he was picking off people in the pocket. Neighbors makes a Beckham catch in the end zone.
Yeah, that was a great catch.
And then the catch at the end of the game, moon ball, literally just running by people. And then, the Cowboys come back and dude, You know what was crazy about that? The
What,
Cowboys.
Game? I was going to say, I was going to ask you about the Cowboys.
Well, so like Russ hits Neighbors on the moon ball, touchdown. I don't know, 30 seconds left.
Right.
Maybe. And Dak gets like 2 first downs or whatever. And, like, I don't really, like, I know about a lot of players, and like, it just seems like kickers are just crazy nowadays with their leg. But that, like, they set up for the 64-yarder because
didn't they kick it on 3rd down?
Well, they had to because of the time. But like,
oh yeah,
they handed the ball off for 4 yards. Right. And then kicked it. Like, they weren't trying to get another 10 yards for the guy. Like, and did you see the kick?
Yeah, I mean, it's safe.
It's good from 70.
It's
like
insane. 64
so now, like,
yards.
If that starts happening, and if you can start getting a field goal from being just inside the 50, that changes the game.
Wholeheartedly.
Listen, now, if you're going to be kicking from the other side of the field and getting 3 points and not having to punt in no man's land and stuff like that, like, dude, that's just crazy to me.
So let me ask you this. I don't know if you caught this, and I may have to look it up. Now, again, it's Sunday night. So I played in a golf outing early. And I literally went from the 18th green and raced home. So I was home at 1:13. I'm watching the clock. I'm listening to it on the radio. Now, they kicked to us, apparently. And something happened where he was out of bounds and caught the ball. And we got the ball on the 40.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't know. Like, I missed. So similar to you, I missed the beginning because I had a doubleheader. So, I was busy getting 4 RBIs in 2 games and 4 for 6. Like, I didn't have time to, like, really hone in on that. But I had ESPN radio on. I got home when I got in my house, or when I got into, like, my neighborhood.
Yeah.
It was just like the Steeler first half was just ending.
Oh, so you were closer to almost 2.
So so then when I got in, I feel like the Lions game was kind of like not out of hand.
No, not in the first half. Not in the first half.
Yeah.
But the commentators made a point of saying what a great heads up play it was by our kick returner and whatever action. So if you guys know, comment.
So like, but so if you kick the ball out of bounds, you get it at the 40, right? Okay. So
so in zone is 35, out of bounds is 40.
Yeah. So if I am a kick returner and the ball is rolling down, if you put 1 foot out of bounds and touch the ball, it's technically out of bounds. So then you'll get it at the 40.
So my feet are out of bounds. I catch the ball
even 1 foot.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I don't like it. It worked out for us, but I don't like it.
Yeah. It's a little.
Again, to your point, because if guys are booting 64 yarders, it's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone needs a guy though. But if it lands in the landing zone and then you touch back, you don't get the 35.
20?
I think you get the 30.
Okay.
But if you kick it fully into the end zone, you get, like, it's just another, I'm traditionalist. It's another pitch clock issue.
Stop. All right. All right. That wraps up NFL for today. Who'd you say the Steelers have next week?
The Pats.
Oh, that's right. Okay. And then we got the Ravens at home. Hate Monday night games.
That's the game of the week.
Ravens Lions.
Yeah.
I hate Monday night games. First of all, it's too late on a Monday for me. You know that, Fred.
Yes.
Way too late. And you got to wait. Everyone else gets to watch their team, and you are the very last team to go.
But you're all eyes on you though. Like, it's like one of those. I'm not crazy about it. To be honest, I like 1:00. I like 1:00.
I don't even like 4.
Huh?
I don't even like 4:00.
I don't. I like 1:00 and that's it. But every once in a while when you play that Sunday night game, kind of, it's pretty cool. It's definitely cool and stuff, but and right now, to be honest, I don't want to, I wouldn't want to play on Monday night during baseball season, just because speaking of baseball season, it's there's 2 weeks left. And tomorrow night there is 2 Monday night games. And, Yanks will be playing the Twins. I got more shit to worry about.
Bigger fish to fry. All right, let's move on. Last week we didn't get a chance to do it. I was out of town, but we got Monday's Monster. Okay, I got a good one for you, Fred. And Monday's Monster is brought to you by Licavoli's Market over in Grosse Pointe. You know what's funny, Fred? When you were here in Michigan, I never brought you over there to get pizza.
Yes.
You would like it. I know you hate Michigan pizza. Telling you, my boy Phil, good pizza. It's not a birthday pizza, Fred. It's good pizza.
Football pizza.
Not football pizza. Telling
and
you.
I will.
You'd swing by and get a slice.
I definitely will. After the clip, I have some pizza news. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So, all right, here we go. We got Tristen Bender. 68-yard run for the Northville Colts. Look at this guy, dude. Look at the wheels on this kid. Dude, how sweet is that?
Wow. Kid ran?
Sorry. All right. What's that?
70 yards. Touchdown? On a little
touchdown. 68 touchdowns. 12-year-old Tristen Bender from the Northville Colts. Shout out to Tristen. The kid's good, man. We're gonna have. I guarantee you, we'll have a couple more. He'll be on Monday Monster. That's how good this kid
I can't wait until our first Monday Monster signs an intent letter for college.
That would be awesome. And you first heard him here. You've heard about him on here.
Of course, yes. And awesome. I want some NIL money. But speaking of pizza,
before we get into college, what's your pizza talk?
So Pizza Fest was yesterday.
I saw that. My boy Freddie, shout out to Freddie. He was there with Dave.
Yeah, so my buddy, his company runs that. The legality of he's entertainment law in the city. They run that event. So he goes every year. And I texted yesterday and I said, you need to go to Freddie the Pizza Man. And he sends me a picture. I'll send it to you later. It's just a stand. And he said, just had it. It's just his, he's not with Freddie, but the picture of his little setup. He said, just had it. It's totally legit for Michigan, he put. And then his brother, who's also Dom, who's also in the group text, said it was clean.
What's that
mean? Meaning good, clean. Okay. So I would have went. There was 2 things going on Saturday. He also tried to give me he offered me his Rutgers tickets because he wasn't going to be at Rutgers. He's a graduate of Rutgers. He still has season tickets football. He was very excited when they went to the Big Ten just because his whole thing was, dude, I get to watch Michigan, Ohio State, Wisconsin every other year at home.
Right. Roll your ass, though.
Yes, but he's a college football guy, so he gets to watch that. But it was Norfolk State was in town against Rutgers. You know who the coach is?
No, I don't actually.
Michael Vick. So,
yeah.
So I was interested in that, and then I'm like, I can't run up there. I mean, it's not far, but so I didn't get to go to the Pizza Fest. I didn't go to see Rutgers just totally roll Michael Vick. But I would like to see Michael Vick coaching.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Now I know you myself, Gary, and you, we talked about it, but we got to plan a trip, us three, me, you, Gary, and do that pizza fest. That would be so much fun. So much fun.
It was I mean, dude, this was year 3.
It was I thought it was only 2.
I think this is 3. There was one year where it was kind of rainy. It was kind of like it might have been the first year. It was kind of like a rain out ish. Yeah, it's year 3. It was massive.
Yeah, we gotta do that. Shout out to Freddie the Pizza Man.
I saw his Insta and I saw he was going to be out at the fest, and I'm like, holy shit! So I had to reach out to my buddy and be like, dude, you have to go by Freddie the Pizza Man. So he did. Yeah, it's great. I said it's one of the best in Michigan, is what I hear. I still haven't had it.
I didn't realize that.
You had it.
Yeah,
I know. You picked it up, didn't you? Once.
Yeah, I did a video.
Yeah. Yes.
No, we ate right there.
Okay.
We ate there. Yeah, it was awesome. I'll tell you what, pizza phenomenal. Even better of a man. The guy is amazing.
Yeah, he seems great. He seems so cool.
Took a picture with me. We were cutting it up. He's a golfer, but unfortunately, I was like, "Hey, Fred, if you want to come out to play Indianwood with me, let me know." And he's like, "Okay, I'm basically only available after 4 on Sunday." I'm like, "What?" Like, this guy's was just slanging pizzas. Plus, he donates a lot of money to charity, and he's really involved with his kids too. So, I mean, this guy's. I mean, they don't get better than him. They don't get better than him.
Yeah. So I was just super fired up that he got to check out Freddie. For sure.
All right, college football. We touched a little bit. Record.
Couple good games.
I got beat up again on TikTok. I'm watching the 12 o'clock games. I tag you in a post, and I'm looking at these scores again, Fred.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Why are people so excited about college football right now? And now let me focus this. I said in the video the 12 o'clock games.
Yeah,
I get hammered because they're like Georgia, Tennessee's later. Yeah, I know that. I'm talking about the 12 o'clock games, guys.
Yeah,
and then later in the season, like, will I watch every single college playoff game? Absolutely. They're going to be awesome. But I get it. It's a money grab. I get it. I'm not an idiot. But at the end of the day, I don't want to watch Michigan play Central Michigan. And for you Michigan fans who are all excited about Bryce, like, I'm a Michigan fan. I'm excited about Bryce. But don't come to me and be like, Bryce looked good last night. Really?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with those games are just, I mean, they're paycheck games for the smaller school, obviously, and stuff. Right. But, like, the scary thing is, like, if you don't put up crazy numbers, then people are like, oh my God, what's wrong with this guy? And it's like, so you're expecting a blowout. So you think that a blowout is a good idea? Like,
right.
Now, I just think that, like, Midwest and South, they're like, college football is a very, very big part of life. Right. You know, so, like, the normal regular games, you know, like, are big to those fan bases and those people around there. I just think that, like, when you have about 60 D1 games and you're going to tell me there was like 3, and when I say good games, I'm looking at ranked teams. I don't care about Duke versus Tulane. Like, even if it goes into overtime, I don't care. Like, 100%. You know, so, like, I'm a top 25 guy. You know, like, that's where I'm looking. So, you know, that I think
even if the team's not in the top 25, you want to watch a good Florida team, you know, if they're or something like that, right? But I will say this, and a lot of Michigan people are going to hate this, and I'm probably going to get eaten up on here, but and I said this last year when I went to the Tennessee game, and I've been to a ton of Michigan games, but when I went to the Tennessee game, or SEC game, they played Florida. It was like nothing I've ever seen. It literally was like nothing I've ever seen. But as far as the crowd, now I will say this. I thought that Green Bay, my trip to Green Bay, and the way that town is set up, gave you that college football, like, vibe, right?
I can see that.
Like, everybody's there, it's wide open. And somebody used that analogy to me after the fact, and I was like, you're right. That was the vibe I got. Like, even though I hate everything about the Packers, I told you I had an amazing time there and still got my ass beat. But it was just that atmosphere. So I get what you're saying about the Georgia, Tennessee, those types of games. But in the evening, it was much better. We had Tennessee, Georgia.
But I'm not. Also, like, I'm not. I know that the game, the actual the whole interaction as a fan is amazing at all of those games. The thing is, I'm not there, so like I don't, or I'm not from that area. Okay, right. So like just because you're from Arkansas doesn't mean that the Arkansas game was great. Like, I don't know, like as
so you think that a lot of shit that we're taking on TikTok right now is maybe those diehard Southern SEC fans.
Yeah, it possibly, because like, and I get it, like they're built around college football and stuff like that. All I'm saying is, like, if you really, it's crazy to think that you don't think more people watch sports because of sports betting. Like, I
can't believe how bad you got hammered on TikTok talking about that.
It's like unbelievable to me. Like, and it's almost like they're acting like I'm putting it down. I love exposure for all sports. I'm just saying that. I mean, fantasy football increased the viewership for the NFL. Like, and NFL is like global. Like, like people across the pond aren't watching the Tennessee game.
Right. Absolutely. But I mean, it's just so crazy. I mean, like I said, I was in an outing this morning, 8 a.m. We all tee off. 3 of the 4 guys in there are on the phone making the bets for the 1 o'clock games.
Of course. I mean, listen.
So we can finish playing golf and then,
But I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
No.
I'm just simply saying that, and maybe my wording was a little misconstrued, like the way I said it saves college football, but like I maybe it doesn't save it. Obviously, it will be around forever and they have a ton of viewers. But what I'm saying is, don't tell me that more people aren't watching the game because of betting. Like right. That's all I say. That's all I'm saying.
And to be honest with you, we have a great marketing team here. Right. So when they clip these things out on purpose, sometimes they clip out some things and they forget some of the stuff that Fred said before, some of the stuff after, and it's clickbait.
Yes.
That's what happens when you have a phenomenal marketing staff.
Yeah. I mean,
these guys.
The guys in audio video they do an amazing job, and they take me out of context a lot, and and never put my full quote in. But But yeah, there was a couple good games Saturday. The Notre Dame game in A&M, the Georgia game with Tennessee, Clemson game with Georgia Tech. I mean, listen, I'm a fan of. Like, I almost sent you a picture last night of my television screen because on my TV service.
What were you watching? ESPN Ocho Bags?
No, I was watching Hawaii play Portland State. It kicked off at midnight.
I would have been sleeping, Fred.
No, I know that. That's why I didn't send the picture. But because I just got done watching the Canelo Crawford fight. Me and cousin Doug were texting back and forth.
Of course.
It was a huge fight last night. Haven't had a real big fight in a while. I don't,
I had intentions of watching that, to be honest with you, but I was at a party, came home from the party, and then I was done at an early tea time. So
yeah, I had like so I had Chef Anna and Uncle Doug both in a text, not together, separately, but we were texting about who do you got, this and that. I had Crawford with decision. It ended up that way.
What did my cousin say? What did Gary say?
They both, they were basically, Gary was saying that he doesn't think he definitely thinks it goes the distance because it kind of feels like a glorified spar. Like they're not going to really try to knock each other out. And I totally agree. I understand that. I don't. My thing is this also though. I'm not even sure that these guys can hurt each other. So that kind of takes the knockout out of it.
Right.
If
Why do
anything,
you say, like I'm not a boxing guy. Why do you say they can't hurt you? I don't. I guess maybe I'm.
I just don't think. If anything, it would be Canelo hurting Crawford. I'm not sure Crawford would hurt Canelo, just by moving up in weight and stuff like that. But like, and so I knew that there was not. It wasn't going to be like a brawl. And what I said to cousin Doug and Chef Anna, both of them in separate texts, is these. I said I have Crawford with decision, but I feel like it's going to be impossible to score. And like as I watched the fight, in my head, I do my like scoring thing, and then they put up the thing on the screen of their guy, let's say, that. I mean, he had like Crawford winning like the first 6 rounds, and I was like confused. So like I was like, yeah, I have it really like 4-2, not 6-0. Like, so and in my head, my number at the end, I had 116 to 112. One of the judges had that. Another judge had, I think, 115, 113, made it a little closer, but everyone had Crawford. So I was kind of like at the end of the
I didn't catch it. What did cousin Doug say? Was he Crawford or Canelo?
He was Canelo by decision.
So he was out of the three of you, he was the only one that was Canelo.
I think he said Canelo by decision, but great. It's going to be it's going to be, you know what cousin Doug said also? He was so glad it was on Netflix because people don't understand how big of a treat this is. That's his exact words.
I love
it. Because, like, I mean, I'm a boxing fan and so that fight, that's a big fight. I mean, I'm not sure there's like, you're talking about undisputed, pound for pound best fighter of all time. Like, and I think Crawford just solid. Well, both.
Right.
So
I know Diego was a huge Canelo guy.
Yeah. Well, of course. He's cinnamon. So but like he has an iron jaw. He has a ton, he won in a ton of age, in a ton of weights. And, but like that fight last night, him beating Canelo, Bud Crawford, that just solidified the greatest pound for pound fighter of all time.
Right. Okay. All right.
I mean, I don't know where it goes. Like I said this to I said it to both Doug and Chef Anna. I think it will be a good fight. It's going to be tough to score, and it will just set up a rematch. Right. Because like it wasn't gonna. It's not gonna like you're not gonna get wowed by it. Like if you went to watch it on Netflix, you're not going to be wowed by it because it's very technical, and I think that a lot of people would have probably thought it was boring. But like I enjoyed it. I thought it was, I mean, Brad, it was impossible for me personally. I'm like, this is impossible to score. Like because of the 10-point must system, I'm not crazy about that either. Like if two guys dance around a lot and only, feel each other out, I think it could be a 9-9 round. Why does one person have to get a 10 when, you guys threw 4 punches total?
Right. Okay.
So like, I don't totally agree with that, but like, yeah, I mean, as a boxing guy, I mean, it was a great fight. I mean, it was amazing fight for Dana White. I mean, like, come on.
Guy's a genius, man. He is an absolute genius. I listen to him on Rogan all the time. He's just amazing. But Speaking, I'm going to make a comment, and then we'll talk baseball, and then we got to go. We got to have Cousin Doug on.
Definitely.
When do you think would be a good time to? Because I mean, he can talk anything. He can talk boxing, big Michigan, big Lions, huge Pistons. Back in his day, he took a break. We all took a break. Let's be honest. But we could just talk Corvette for 2 hours with him. Who knows?
Yeah, and big wrestling guy.
Huge wrestling guy.
And, I reached out to Cousin Doug last week because he was in town at the U.S. Open. And I'm like, bro, this is the second time you came out here.
Yeah. He's in and out, bro. He's in and out.
And he said it was an in and out. I think he went to Bam Bam again, maybe, to get a tat. But he said, I can't wait to come back for a little longer so you can take me to some good Italian food spots.
So he, and obviously every time he goes, we talk. And I said, keep doing what you're doing. I know you're going to be going back, but it's a little different when you go with Fred. A little different. You get the spots, you hit them all. And he's like, I know, I got to give him more time. I got to go with Fred. Jumping in, let's wrap this up. MLB, baseball, the boys of summer. Fred.
Boys of summer.
This week worked out well for the Tigers. We put a thumping on you boys.
Thumping. First two games.
I text you and I just said that's rough. I stopped at your father-in-law's house. He's watching the game and he's like, Fred's not going to be happy because Labor Day goes yard. And that was Tuesday. Wait, what day did I go there? I think I went there. Oh, I went there Wednesday. I was Wednesday night. Wednesday night, I was at your father-in-law's.
I mean, Tuesday and Wednesday's game were just brutal. Our bullpen, they were both tied when our bullpen came in. To let the Tigers put up a 9 spot in one inning, there was two pitchers.
It was 2-2, and then we just unloaded on you guys.
The first 2 pitchers that came in out of the bullpen faced 9 guys and got 0 outs. I mean, I was like, what is going on? So, those 2 games, blowouts. And then the Yanks, they salvaged the 3rd game there. And it's not the end of the world. We're getting close to that spot where you're not going to win the division.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask you, okay? Because again, granted, I guess you're getting beat right now as we speak. It's 8:42 right now. But when I checked before we jumped on, you were only 3.5 games away of first place.
Yeah. So they'll be 4 out with 13 games left.
Okay, and we have 9 games left, 6.5 games out. Fred, let me ask this, and then I'll ask you: who do you think we would play? I know it's a little early. We have 9, you have 12. Where are we? Who do you think we would play?
Well, it's weird right now because Seattle and Houston are playing very well, and if they jump you, then you play in the first round, which is crazy to me because
winning Detroit, the division and not playing and having to play in the first round.
If you're 1 or 2, you get off the first round. And Toronto is 1, Detroit is 2, and not for nothing, but the Yanks are only 2 games behind Detroit. If you look at the standings, yeah. Right. So I'm not sure Houston or Seattle catches Detroit right now. Detroit is, you're losing to the Marlins and shit. They lose to bad teams, which is. Well, you'd rather do that.
I was with Andrew Smith, State Farm. And off air, we're going to talk about a pod we're going to do together. We're try to get you in town and do it actually in a studio. But we're going to talk about that. But he brought up a good point. He said that we play down to who we're playing against, and obviously with the Marlins and some bullshit. We got our ass kicked by the Mets.
But Scoob's getting taken out. Tightness. I don't know how serious it is. It doesn't seem serious.
No, I don't think it is.
But the thing is this: you may give him the rest of the year off, which is 3 starts, let's say. So
I don't think that's a terrible idea.
It's not a terrible idea, but it may come down to a fact where Houston or Seattle jumps Detroit. Like
that would be terrible.
Yeah,
I'm just not. I don't know, man. I'm just not that. I don't feel real comfortable. I don't think we have the depth. Our relief pitching is kind of trash, to say the least. And do we put up 12 runs against the Yankees once in a while? Great, but I don't see the consistency. I don't see it. It's way too.
Yes, but I will say this as betting gamblers. I did send you the clip from this show back in February of this year.
You did.
And I said, if you wanted to make easy money, bet Detroit for the over in wins and winning the Central.
And nailed it.
And that was in February. So I'm not surprised at where they're at. Right. I'm a little surprised that they were way up. 6.5, I could see. I figured it would be around there. But you don't want to be around 6.5 right now with no Scooble. That's a scary feeling. Not that Cleveland ain't catching you, but it sucks because they looked untouchable earlier in the year. And now,
to your point, Fred, you say it every year. Baseball is a long season.
Long season. I mean, if you look at the way things are setting up right now, it looks like it's going to end up with the Tigers off in the first series. The first series is a 3-game series in the same place 3 days in a row.
Right.
Which is great because there's no travel bullshit. It's Tuesday to Friday, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you stay in the same. So it looks like it's going to be Yanks Boston in that wild card round. And then it would be the winner of the Houston Seattle, which they're about tied, playing probably the loser of the division, Houston or Seattle, in that other game. Right. And then it ends up, if it looks like, the Tigers could be playing the winner of the Yankees Red Sox.
Well, let me ask you this, because it sounds like you're counting the chances of Yankees winning their division are slim to none. I don't understand. You're 3.5 games out with 12 to go.
Four with 13 left. So after today, we're 4 games out, 13 left. I like our schedule. We got Twins, Baltimore, White Sox, Baltimore. So I like it. I'm not sure you pick up 4 games in 13. I mean, what do? You go, let's say you go 11-2. They would have to go 7-6. Probably not happening. But I would like to have home field advantage in that Boston Red Sox series, obviously.
Yeah,
but it was looking pretty good. The Jays won a walk. They came back, had a walk off the other night when after the Yanks had won, we would have cut it to 2. Things like that. But it's pretty much. I mean, these 13 games, I feel like Yanks have to go at least 10-3 to make me feel comfortable, not to position themselves anyway. But if you're going to play the Twins, the Orioles, the White Sox, and the Orioles, I mean, come on. It's not time to just throw games away. And you need to be hot right now.
Yes, you do. 100%.
I mean, the Mets are on the verge of not making the playoffs, and Scotty the Body calls yesterday. And I said, and he's all pissed off because they lost 8 in a row yesterday. They lost 8 in a row, and this is bullshit. And I said to him, but you got Soto. That's
all you wanted.
That's all you wanted. You wanted Soto. So
you
now
ask, you shall receive, Scotty.
So you got Soto, but you're mad that they're not making playoffs, and we are. Like, we have a better record than the Mets. I told you the best thing to happen to the Yankees was the Soto going to the Mets.
100%
I mean,
you did.
it couldn't be any more beneficial for the Yankees when Cohen says, I'm going to outspend the Yankees and I'm going to get Soto no matter what. Thank you. You saved us $700 million. We got a bunch of other pieces, and you're on the verge of not making the playoffs.
There you go.
I will say this before we cut it off.
Yep.
WNBA playoff start. Who do you got?
I don't know, Fred. I don't know. I actually, since football season started, I haven't even looked at the. And then when.
Well, the Aces ended the year with like 15 in a row. Asia Wilson, just the best player on the planet. Probably go down as one of the greatest players of all time. They won 15 in a row. Brad, think about this. When you play 44 games and you win 15, I did the math. That's like winning 50 straight in a baseball season.
Wow.
You know, like if you did the,
for sure.
It's a third of they won a third of their schedule in a row. Like, and they just seem untouchable right now. So shout out to the Aces. I mean, I'm a Liberty guy. We are still the defending champs until someone else, takes us down. They did win their first game, game one of the series. They're playing Phoenix Mercury. So, I hope it's Liberty Aces. If not, I think the Aces win the whole thing.
All right, there we go. All right, Fred, I will talk to you next week. When we go on next week, we have no Lions either. So, because I got to wait till 12 o'clock.
That's right. That's right. So we'll be talking about how terrible Aaron Rodgers did against the Pats.
Sounds like a good Monday to me. Take care, y'all.